may spark your interest in sheer detail. Everything is sculpted well, all the chambers, and even this nice gold paint. The joints also feel remarkably tight. There are no ratcheting joints to speak of, but it's all very tight for smooth joints, to describe it. You can even hear the plastic clicking a little bit as that friction goes. The kind of Omega Supreme kind of aesthetic he's got going on here with his heavy assault Gatling guns, and these guns up here on the upper torso, and this little cockpit-like section, sort of like an Action Master has. And that's one thing I like about PowerCore combiners, is just this old school aesthetic that they essentially tap into, like the late 80s Transformers had, like the very late end of the run lines, like the Target Masters and the Headmasters had, and the Pretenders and Action Masters. These guys do a good job bringing that aesthetic back. And there are eyes under this green visor, very Omega Supreme-esque, having more of a visor that may in canon, in their PowerCore combiners, non-canonized fiction, project the image onto the face. Obviously he has the blue pegs up here, and you can kind of get them out of the way, make them more like shoulder pads, and they do swivel about. In the back you do get some mecha detailing, a lot of screws and stuff, but it doesn't look too bad because of all this detailing and this kind of engine work down here. And the color scheme is not bad. The black really helps out this sort of bluish gray that the rest of the body is made of, and the brown and the gold, obviously. Inside of the legs even has some nice gold trim, giving it more of a cyber high-tech feel. Cockpit over the head. Double joint. Click in the blue tabs so they are facing forward. Hold these in, peg them into place. So that it forms this shape. Okay, after you're done there, rotate these back. Gatling guns to the front. And then just tap it into place and we'll have the boat. In speedboat mode, we got this kind of cool speedboat hydrofoil assault, sort of spy hunter kind of styled Decepticon, assault boat. He's got all these guns up here on top of the Gatling guns, and as you can see, the arms have formed this nice hydrofoil wing, which you can expand further by placing the Minicon. That's this guy, Waterlog. This guy's Undertow. Did I say Undertow was that guy earlier? You know, it can get a little confusing. Anyway, Waterlog here is a Minicon with a posable head. Nice. His arms kind of remind me of the Power Masters and the Headmasters as well, just because they're so short, but you actually should have no problem moving them, because these do not feel like they're going to snap. Though, and he has these neat wings that suggest he's a seeker jet or something. But interesting enough, this is his armor mode, and it kind of looks like Devastator's chest shield thing, only in green. So that's a pretty cool design choice. You can also connect this form onto the boat, and I like to put the wings in just a bit so that I can get them Minicon pegged on, and then elevate the wings so that they're just under the hydrofoil. Can make sure it's on straight. So that the green wings are just under the hydrofoil wings, so it completes the hydrofoil look. Ooh. And that looks really awesome, fully loaded. Blazing double barrels. Destruction. Just a very streamlined thing. Oh, yeah, sometimes I leave these feet elevated to give them more of a high-speed display look. You can fold them up to streamline it a bit, make it flat. But I just feel that leaving the feet up, if you're going to display the speedboat, considering how boring a boat can kind of seem, can really make it jump off the shelf like it's in action. See? Like it's riding the wave. Alright, now we're going to go to the Power Core Combiner mode. For this mode, you need to be essentially in robot mode. And get these out of the way. Then pull the arms away from the chest on these brown parts. There we go. And you want to elevate it, since it's on a double hinge here, so that it reveals the second head below. See, it just sort of elevates from the chest. Separates and elevates, like that. Then you rotate the whole section around, so it winds up on the back. Just an amazing reveal of the second head. Just, wow. It's great that it's buried all the way in the chest, like that. It makes it an awesome diver helmet with a light piped green effect. Very cool. Octo Punch, anyone? Anyway, I like... Just flip these down. If you want to get the screws out of the way, no problem. We can rotate those around too. Instructions say to leave the points facing out, but I don't like doing that because leaving the points out can render some incompatibilities with certain combiner limbs, I've noticed. And then you're just supposed to get the arms out of the way, though I like using them as underslung Gatling guns, just to give him more of a look appropriate to the combiner, like that. Okay, and there is the torso mode. Pretty nice. Let's link him up and we'll see how he looks. So here's Undertow in his combined mode, which is pretty awesome, really, with this orange. And I'm using him with, you can use any drone limb set, obviously, but I like using the ones that came in with Overrun, the Stunticons, because the black limb pieces mesh well with his black arms, and the gold feet mesh well with his gold cannons. There aren't any boats in the Power Core Combiners line, so yeah, you're pretty much going to wind up using cars or dinosaurs or something. Anyway, and this is a Decepticon set on a Decepticon body anyway, so it works. I like it. So you get basically the Rallybot arms, which has this nice laser gun that comes out of the car. They are not tailpipes, they are just a laser gun that comes out of the double-barreled laser gun that comes out of the car. And the two Gatling guns on the torso really make him more intimidating. I do like this. This head just gives him a very Sentry-like look beyond his aquatic deep diver style. And it rotates, and obviously you could, if you could find limbs that were compatible, you could rotate these around and you could have some nicer knees. But right now I've just got forward knees. This limb, since it has the knee protection armor that comes up in a cool fashion, it gets in the way of the small flaw of Undertow, of having this stylized triangular piece. So that's why I had to rotate the legs to do this combination. But I don't think it looks that bad, and you don't really lose too much articulation. The mold doesn't seem designed to try and incorporate the knees as the blue pegs, which is nice. It shows that they've come to terms with the engineering of the Power Core Combiners and using those blue pegs as the knee joint placement was not the best idea that the first generation of power core combiners came up with. A major design flaw, really, because these things do have a tendency to pop off, and you don't want to pop off. There you go, and because of their spring-loaded nature. But overall, I think Undertow and his buddy Waterlog are really addictive dudes for like $10. I mean, if there are no new deluxes out in your area that you're looking for, or you've already bought the ones from the Generations waves, but are looking for something with a more G1 classic style, or a War for Cybertron style, as I sort of lean to these days, go with this one.